All right, 9. So I've had a request for a page, homework question, page 443, number 16. So let's take a look at that. It says a statue is to be placed on a frustum of a pyramid, and the frustum is the part remaining after the top portion has been removed. So if we look here, it's not a whole pyramid. We've lost part of the pyramid. The frustum is the part remaining after the top portion has been removed by making a cut parallel to the base of the pyramid. Then you have to determine the surface area of the frustum and calculate the cost of painting the frustum with gilt paint that costs $49.50 per meter squared. And you don't need to paint the bottom of the frustum. So let's take a look at part A. In this case, we know that we don't have potentially a formula for the um, surface area of a frustum, but we do know that the surface area is just the sum of all of the different faces and of the frustum. So if we look here, the top of the frustum is a square that's 2 by 2, and the bottom of the frustum is a square that's 4 by 4. And then all the sides, those faces are all trapezoids. So if we take a look here, 2 parallel sides, right? We have 2 parallel sides. And this shape, if you remember, is a trapezoid. So we do know that there is a formula for the area of a trapezoid. So if we just take a look over here right now, I've redrawn the trapezoid. So what I know is that my area is equal to the sum of the top and bottom sides of the trapezoid. So A plus B times the height of the trapezoid all over 2. So I can use that knowledge then to answer the question. So if I take a look at the question over here for these trapezoids, I know that my A is 2, I know that my B is 4, and I know that my height is 3. So if I look at this trapezoid, I know that A would equal 2, B would equal 4, and H would equal 3. So if I'm trying to calculate the surface area then of the trapezoid, then I would need to add the area of the small square, the area of the top square, the area of the bottom square, and then the area of the 4 sides, and those sides are all going to be equal. So my surface area then is going to equal the, say, area of the top plus the area of the bottom plus 4 times the area of the faces. So let's go ahead and do that. So I know my area of my top, it's just a square, so it's going to be 2 times 2. I know the area of the bottom is just a square, so it's going to be 4 times 4, length times width, or side squared. And I know that my 4 faces, so let's go ahead, I'm going to be using this formula, A plus B times H over 2. So A is 2, B is 4, H is 3, and all of that is over 2. So I know that 2 times 2 is 4, and I know that 4 times 4 is 16. And then if I do this math, I know that I have 2 plus 4 is 6, and 6 times 3 is 18, and 18 divided by 2 is 9. So I have 4 times 9. So when I go ahead and I put all of that into my calculator, I'm going to have, well, let's just do one more interim step. We don't need to do this. 36. And so I have 20 plus 36, which is 56 meters squared. So that's the answer to part A. Now, part B says calculate the cost of painting the frustum with the gilt paint that costs $49.50 per meter squared, and you don't need to paint the bottom of the frustum. So in this case, the bottom is, well, we can do this in many different ways, but the way that I'm going to go about answering this question is I'm just going to take the surface area that I calculated, and I'm going to subtract so I'm going to take the surface area of the frustum, and I'm just going to subtract off the area of the bottom, and then that will give me the surface area that I want to paint. So the surface area that I'm going to paint is going to equal the surface area from part A minus the area at the bottom. So in this case, that's going to equal 56 minus the area at the bottom, which is 4 times 4 or 16. And so that's going to equal 40 meters squared. So that is all I need to paint. So now I know that it cost me $49.50 for my paint. So my cost then is going to equal the 40 all multiplied by the price, which was $49.50. And when I plug that into my calculator, I'm going to get 40 times $49.50 is equal to $1,980. So therefore, right, it will cost me $1,980 to paint the fresco. Anyway, nines, hope that helps.